Hello guys, back in the shed again. Now I've had a problem with my GPZ. Came out a couple of days ago and she wouldn't fire up. Sounded like no power in the battery, but battery turned out it's good. Double checked it, charged it up fully anyway. So we can go. Check my battery connections. Everything good. Starter relays working okay. Changed the starter solenoid, that's a new one on there, so it's working nicely. The original one, when you press the starter, it was click 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 click. So I changed it out anyway. It's easy to do and cheap. Didn't really help me at all though. So the next stage down is the starter motor itself. So I'm going to try and pull that off and see what she goes like on the jump leads, just on a test, and we'll take it from there. I'll show you what I'm getting anyway. Okay, I'll hit the starter. Sounds bad. To wait for that to reset again. Give it another go. I don't know if you heard that, but the starter motor seems to be trying to turn the engine over. Just doesn't seem to have any strength, torque, power, whatever. So definitely suspect. If there's power getting to that, then that's the end of the line. So let's put it off. Start the cover. Cheers, looks pretty clean. Next thing is gear shifter. All very clean, considering. And what is these two? Then we'll disconnect the power lead. That should just pull out in theory. There she comes. Right, let's take cable off. There we go, on starter. Now hook it up to these leads. See how she looks. Get your S lead on, just onto the body. To connect to this bike actually. Yeah, positive, positive, negative, negative. Watch out for sparks. When we touch this to positive, she gets something. Oh, she seems to be working. Okay then, where does that leave us? I'll probably take that apart anyway, have a look inside. Right, I'll catch you later. That's my 3 tests done. A couple of good videos on YouTube. Show you how to do those, but it all checks out. Apparently. Can't really understand it. Why it's giving me problems. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together, and then I'll catch up with you when I'll stick it back on the jump lead, see if it looks any better there before I put it back on the bike. See you in a minute. So there it is, the motor's back together. Let's put some volts on it. See what she does. Put my foot on it. Well, it's working. Whether it's any better than it was, I don't know. Seems to have a bit of torque to it. I don't know, does it still sound a bit rough to you? I'll put it back on the bike and I'll get back to you when I'm going to push the button. As you can see, motor's back on. There's a bit of a faff trying to line up the gear on the end of the motor with the starter gear. When you're pushing it back in, obviously the teeth have to intermesh properly. Do not force it. Keep taking it out, move your gear a little bit until you feel it slot on in the last bit, and just take your time, be patient, tighten up your bolts. The wire's already on the positive, so we're ready to test her. Fingers crossed. Nothing. Oh man. That's not good. So I'll hear the starter solenoid clicking, that's making good contact. Presume it's still getting power. It worked on the floor. What are my options? Managed to find a brand new one online, probably the last brand new one in the whole world, and the price matched that, so he was looking £430 plus delivery charge, so that's too much for me. I'll have to take some professional advice, do some research. Probably the easiest option is to buy a second-hand starter. Take a bit of a chance. Seen them on eBay, £50–60, so I don't know. I'll think about it and get back to you when I get some answers. Okay, it's the next day. Been thinking about this all night, worrying of course. Obviously my starter motor's working when I test it with the jump lead, so I presume it is working. So the logical thing to assume the next is that the engine is potentially seized, so that's why it's not turning over. I'm going to check that now. Fingers crossed it's okay before I have a panic attack. I'm already taking the plugs out. That'll do away with the compression, so it'll be easier to turn. Just going to pop this wee cover off. I'm going to put a socket on the end of the crank, try and turn it over manually. Just checks it's in neutral. Right, so okay. Fingers crossed. Yep. Oh, thank goodness. That all feels normal. I don't know, guys. Takes me back to the starter motor again, I guess. The power's getting to it. but it's not doing its job. Now it looks like I'm going to have to take a chance and buy a reconditioned or second hand one. Hope for the best. I'll put these plugs back in now. I'll get back to you when I get my replacement starter motor, then we'll take it from there. Okay, it's the day after again. I've had a bit more head scratching. I've tried another starter solenoid, which I just happened to have, so I thought I might as well try it, but same thing's happening. It really seemed like a short circuit to me when you press the start button. I was presuming it was inside the windings of the starter motor, short somewhere, but I couldn't understand why the starter motor worked when I had it on the jump leads. So logically thinking, look, check back for a short circuit, and I found this. Hope you can see that. That's the main positive wire to the starter motor from the solenoid, and you can see there it's worn right through the insulation. It tucks in behind here, and it was actually short circuiting onto the engine, direct on the engine, so that's a direct short. So fingers crossed that's the problem. I've got some of this tape, self-amalgamating tape. It's kind of a rubber. The idea is you stretch it when you're putting it on, and it seals to itself, forms a watertight seal. Probably put, I was going to put a bit of this harness sleeve just over that as well, to give me a bit more protection around there. So I'll do that, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to push the button again. Hopefully that'll be it sorted without having to buy another starter motor. So I'll catch you in a minute. Well, that's the repair done, and the wire's back in where it should be. Shouldn't be a problem anymore for shorting as far as that's concerned. Also pulled my battery out. The last time I tried it and checked it, it was a bit low, so I've got a battery out of another bike, just run off the jumper cables. That'll be enough to get it to turn over if it's going to turn over. So here we go. Hope for the best. Oh yes. Happy days. That seems to have sorted it. I'm going to tidy this up now. Probably get her fired up. She takes a while to warm up at the best of times. It hasn't been going for 3 weeks now, so we'll get her tidied up and I'll get back to you, let her hear running. That's her all back together, tidied up. See what happens. Should be good. That's warmed up there. Happy days, that's her sorted. Hope this video maybe helped you out. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.